It is an older kit. Like, you know how Juggernaut has like a million sets. So a
Yeah.
lot of people just use the newer stuff, like the Arcana, of course, to replace your mask, so you wouldn't see that hat too often. Say it's an older kit. One of the first ones with particle effects, I think, around that time.
Outpost going to be taken back DY. That's double balls there from Wizard. You've got to be careful about how much damage you take from those. And YG is really going to give to DY as Faith has Battery Assault and tries to get in range. That tier 2, is it going to be enough to dissuade Faith? It is not. The first blood will go into the way of Newbee, and Faith says, screw it, I'll just take the death. I don't want to go back to the lane like this.
This laning phase, early level 6, probably not going to be the best timing for him.
Bot lane, Eurus, he's been caught in the cogs of Faith. Battery Assault is also going on, but he spanned through it. DY still trying to chase, but Eurus, he will actually be able to get out. The Faith wasn't really able to get in close for that Battery Assault. Meanwhile, top lane, PYW goes down on the Nyx Assassin. YG going to get fairly low on the Phoenix, but he will be able to walk out.
Yeah, that's a nice little pickup for a newbie. Again, every single kill will help something like the Phoenix, because it does require a lot of EXP, and they are actually distributing quite nice.
Thought AQ may have been dead there. He got Pit of Malice. He did have the Refraction available. And now Ori's the one to fall quite low, but it looks like PYW is going to bring him his bottle and does also give him a salve. What a nice support.
Oh, definitely. Just keeping this Underlord in lane is going to hurt AQ so much more. He's like a level behind. Like, he's going to hit 5, but Ori is going to hit 6 in just a bit. Just about 1/4 away from hitting 6, and his damage is just going to shoot that much higher. AQ going to really have to dip out later on to play catch-up here.
And Ori going to outlevel him by 1 at least in just a moment. Well, those 5-minute boundaries spawning up, and Newbee and Vici fighting over him. In fact, PYW going to get jumped on here by YG. Fire Spirits flying out. Those are level 2, so PYW should fall and does. We've seen that over and over again from YG. He tends to make that happen a lot though. Bot lane, DY also going to get pretty low. Newbee is able to pick up another kill across the map. Well, you'd imagine with the Veil and the level 6 up on the path, they'd make the play, though bot lane, Eurus does go down to Wizard. It looks like the Roar was committed for that, and now Faith thinking about diving underneath the T1, and does, although here come the rotations. There's that puck. Yang, Disruption is going to be there to set up, and they won't even need the Dream Coil here, I don't believe, as Faith does throw the cogs out, but it will be to no avail. Yang and DY do split the gold and pick up the kill. Well, never mind that. Bot lane, Yang, Dream Core flies out, but there was a Lycan around. He just breaks the leash himself.
Oh.
Hell, gonna be there. Rotations from Yang. Do you have another Dream Coil? Not quite. 25 seconds away for that. And now the Roar comes out. Wizard just gonna claim a very easy kill on the Shadow Demon. And Vici Gaming, I mean, they really want to defend that T1 and slow Newbee down, but I don't know if you can. They're going to rotate more heroes in. Impel doesn't connect. Now the Cogs Faith. He holds in the Nyx Assassin. PYW understands he's going to die, but Ori now going to rotate on the Underlord. And that may be enough to dissuade the side of Newbee and force them to back off. And so ultimately they will stop this T1 push in the end. In fact they may find Faith. And yeah, Dream Call just in case. They don't want to risk anything. They want to take the kill. Bot lane, however, Ori gonna have to use the Reality Rift, and does he get out of it? He does. So the stick charges were enough in the end to keep him up. So mid lane, they found Faith. He's kind of hanging around on the wrong side of the river. Yang will be able to pick up the kill with the Dream Coil.
Faith. He's just trying to distract them every single time. I mean, he hasn't been joining his team. He still has that hook shot. You'd expect Newbee to play a bit more aggressively now that they have level 6 in their Phoenix as well. They are just sort of taking their time. I think that's down to the fact that they are waiting for AQ to catch up, right? Like, he's farmed back up to number 2 net worth, which is a really good spot considering that rough start. But they still need items on that hero, and I don't know if they're confident enough to take fights without their Templar Assassin, for the most part.
The Lycan smoked up, ready to go. Shapeshift is available. Now the hook comes in. Faith, he didn't connect the hook on the Underlord, so Ori gets pushed back by the Cogs. And Faith, he will survive, but he will take a lot of damage on the way out. Now Yang going to rotate in on the puck, and he does have Dream Coil available. They won't bother chasing, but that will stop the tier 2 push. Never mind, they're going to rotate mid now, but the Dream Coil is there on AQ, so AQ trying to bait them in here, and here comes the phase shift, and Faith gets a hook shot straight onto that Underlord. AQ, though, has already lost his life. Can they actually find anybody to kill now? Yang, he gets a haste screw. And so nobody dies on the side of Vici Gaming, and to make matters worse for Newbee, they lost too.
So map objectives, although they are jumping onto Ori.
We'll see the Rift come out, still a lot of damage from AQ with that Deso. Will be enough, and that should set up the tier 2.
Yeah, that should open up the map. You're not going to have that wave clear and control that was an issue in the last fight, so they should at least open that tier 2 down. But you do see VG clumping up. They look like they were shoving down that mid. They're just going to be somewhere else in the map. They don't want to play 4 versus 5. They are lacking a key piece of control. They're going to have to give this objective away.
They'll TP Yang in on the puck. Rocket Flare, I believe, would have scouted him out, so they know he's in there somewhere. He does actually blink out of there now, so out of position and well Faith. He just jumps in, straight onto Ori. That Underlord, not quite as tanky as I thought. He just melts to AQ's damage. And Newbee now, easily going to take this tier 2 top.
Yeah, they had to expend the egg in the back as well, so Vici is not going to have that tool to prevent any sort of big fight. They still take the objective they were looking for. They're going to be happy with that. Have to go back and de-push that bot lane that Eurus has been shoving in. And speaking of Eurus, you know, he has his Battle Fury. He's had it for a while. He is going for the Manta style, and surprisingly, he's actually going for that Ags really early on. Looks to be his 4th item pickup, so that is going to be a bit earlier than I expected, but he's going to have that added utility of invulnerability and damage, and that could really do the difference here for VG.
The Courier, the bot lane, PYW, and the Omni straight onto Faith. They easily burst him down, and even YG getting caught out. Dream Core going to be there to lock him in, although apparently he has his own BKB on the Phoenix. And Eurus forced to get out of there. Healing Ward going to be placed in a great impale from PYW. Now the Pit of Malice. They want this team fight. AQ, he's trying to get out of there. He does hold on to the Aegis. They will not expend it. Faith got the hook up. AQ apparently just finding DY by himself, and now the rest of the cavalry are here. Dreamcore, but Faith is in onto Ori once again with the Sunray. It's a lot of damage with the Spike Carapace. Gonna stop that Phoenix, but it doesn't matter. AQ has the damage. And with that double damage rune active, you'd love to just jump straight into that mid tier 2, and that's exactly where Newbee are going. And in fact, you could go high ground here without this Underlord. I think this is the perfect chance.
Oh yeah, nothing to stop them, no wave clear again, no good control to spam out. They're going to be able to just melt these towers, just like that.
First racks of the game, going to go undefended by Vici Gaming, and well, they're going bot, they want to keep going. Newbee, they've been playing very aggressively with these high ground pushes as of late. It's not the Newbee I remember. But they will get a secondary tier 3 tower. They won't risk anything further, as the Underlord is about to respawn.
Yeah, that's fair enough, right? Like, they do manage to take a good set of objectives already. They are still playing around in the area. They have got that Phoenix Egg ready to go. They've got the Roar back up. They can still force something out, and they understand they still have the Aegis. They still have an advantage here. They're just going to keep playing aggressive.
In mid lane, Ori, he seems to be the target they want. Sunray, again from YG, going to be there, but there's no lockdown on Ori. So he will be able to just walk himself out. And the Aegis does finally expire on AQ. And they may just choose to slow down a bit without the Aegis active. Although, you know, saying that, AQ never really needed it, it seemed.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was in any danger of dying. I think for the most part, we haven't seen Eurus jump into these fights again. So they don't really have damage to deal with a lot of the bigger heroes Newbee does have right now. And that is going to cause issues.
Oh, there goes the range racks. They can just slow siege with all these units. The Pit of Malice going to be there, and they will clear them out. So a fair bit of gold going to the side of Vici, but I think Newbee will be happy with that trade, as they did find the range racks anyway. Attacking that fast that it's really going to do that much damage, but I guess we'll find out as they are jumping in. Ori again going to be the main target though. Yang, he found Faith, but now the Primal Roar Wizard just wanting to go after that Underlord. They won't find him, but DY, he'll go down to AQ. That'll be it. A 1-for-1. They force the buyback from DY, and that's all they seem to want.
You're going to be fairly happy with that as Newbee. You did have to expend a Roar, but you got the buyback on the support. That's going to be enough for you to call that a much better trade. You lost Fate, but you know he doesn't have the gold to buy back, so there's no buyback for Newbee to lose out on.
Very fair. So,
yeah,
it's pretty big.
Oh,
Hook in, Faith, he found Ori, and they just love going for this man. Ori, the Sun Ray burning him out now, the pipe doing nothing as he does get disrupted. Faith, though, still moving forward, and they do purge him up. There's the Swift Slash. Doesn't really, well, finishes off Faith at least, though. TA will turn around. Yura's trying to jump on this TA with the Dream Coil. She does have Aegis and AQ. Looks like he will lose it. But while that's all been happening, you look at Mugi. He pushed out the top racks. He's just ratting while all this is going on. Now the Omni comes out onto AQ, but the egg will pop YG. Not really finding anyone with the stun. Primal Roar will hold the jug back, and Mugi, he's still going after the final racks while all this is happening. Poor DY has been trying to slow it down. And PYW will continue chasing. He looks for YG. Won't even bother trying. It looks like he may just settle to try and go for those 30-minute bounty runes instead. But you lost a lot. That was a team fight without the Lycan.
Yeah, I mean,
still end up
they
losing a full
managed,
set of racks.
yeah, they managed to take the racks at the very least. They lost a really big target in that TA. I'm not sure if you're going to be too happy about that, although they should be able to find PYW here.
Well, they stop him from taking the 30-minute outpost, and they do also kill him off. So they should know this smoke is coming, because I believe at least one person was in vision. But Ori, he's still far forward. Faith does catch him out with the hook, and Ori, Primal Roar, the puck comes in. Did she use Dream Core yet? It looks like she did, but she didn't really catch much. AQ at least being held back, but they've lost 2, they've lost 3, and they'll go for more. DY, how do you help here? The Omni Slash bouncing through Eurus. He does at least find Wizard, and he'll go for the TP, but he gets bashed. Mugi, he gets the bash through the spin, and they've had enough. They call the GG 31 minutes in, and once again, the team that is apparently the underdog comes out on top. Newbee, they just continue to surprise us every single series that goes by.